हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, हम आपके लिए अच्छे से अच्छे वीडियोस ला रहे हैं। अगर आप हेडफोन लगा के हमारे वीडियोस आखिर तक देखते हो और बार बार देखते हो तो आपकी अच्छी लर्निंग होगी और आपके अच्छे स्कोर्स यानी कि मार्क्स आएंगे। आप टॉपर स्टूडेंट बन जाओगे क्योंकि प्रैक्टिस मेक्स मैन परफेक्ट। हम आपके लिए मेहनत से वीडियो बनाते हैं। सिर्फ हमारे लिए एक काम करो, हमारे वीडियोस को लाइक करो, चैनल सब्सक्राइब करो और सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात बेल आइकॉन प्रेस करना ना भूलो, ताकि जब भी हम नया वीडियो बनाएंगे या कोई नया अपडेट आपके लिए होगा तो तुरंत आपको मिल जाएगा। हमारे वीडियोस को शेयर करना ना भूलो। आपकी पढ़ाई के लिए हमने एक खास ऐप बनाया है। इसमें आपके लिए होंगे क्वेश्चन आंसर्स, क्वेश्चन पेपर्स भी आपको मिलेंगे इसमें। और इसमें सबसे अच्छी बात जो कि एमसीक्यू टाइप्स क्वेश्चंस यानी कि क्विज टाइप क्वेश्चंस होंगे। आप वहां पे टेस्ट दे सकते हैं और आपके तुरंत मार्क्स आपको मिलेंगे। आपका परफॉर्मेंस आप खुद चेक कर सकते हैं। ये ऐप आपको गूगल प्ले स्टोर पे मिलेगा। सिर्फ आपको सर्च करना है माई बेस्ट गुरु नाम से। थैंक यू एंड बेस्ट लक फॉर योर स्टडी। Hello friends, now learn question answers of lesson number 1, working of constitution. Question 1, choose the right option and rewrite the sentence. 1. In Maharashtra, data seats are reserved for women in local self-governing institutions. Options are 25, 25%, 30%, 40% or 50%. Answer is 50%. In Maharashtra, 50% seats are reserved for women in local self-governing institutions. 2. Which of the following laws are created a favorable environment for women to secure freedom and self-development? Options are Right to Information Act, Dowry Prohibition Act, Food Security Act, none of the above. Answer is Dowry Prohibition Act. Which of the following laws are created a favorable environment for women to secure freedom and self-development? Answer is Dowry Prohibition Act. 3. The essence of democracy is dash. Options are universal adult franchise, decentralization of power, policy of reservation of seats, judicial decisions. Answer is decentralization of power. The essence of democracy is decentralization of power. Question number 2. State whether the following statements are true or false. Give reasons for your answer. 1. Indian democracy is considered the largest democracy in the world. Answer is true. Reason 1. India has the largest number of voters compared to any other democratic nation. 2. This change is not only quantitative but also qualitative, as new political parties are emerging with the active support of young voters. 3. These parties represent various expectations of people and compete in the political sphere. 4. Democracy is an integral part of the political life of the society. Therefore, Indian democracy is considered the largest democracy in the world. 2. Secrecy in the working of government has increased due to the right to information. Answer: false. Reason: 1. After the year 2000, the whole approach towards democratic reforms has changed. 2. Democratic reforms are considered as rights of citizens. 3. Accordingly, citizens in India have got right to information, education and food security. 4. These rights have strengthened democracy in India. Therefore, secrecy in the working of government has decreased due to the right to information. 3. The nature of constitution is seen as a living document. Answer: true. Reason: 1. The Indian constitution is dynamic. 2. The constitution has to change according to changing conditions, and the parliament has a power to make those changes. 3. The judiciary has accepted this power of the parliament to make changes in the constitution, but at the same time specified the limitations on this power. 4. The judiciary has taken a stand that the parliament, while amending the constitution, cannot alter the basic structure of the constitution. Thus, the nature of constitution is seen as a living document. Question number 3. Write notes. 1. Provisions regarding minorities. Answer: 1. Indian Constitution has made several provisions for the protection of minorities. 2. The government has adopted several policies for minorities to provide them the opportunities for education and employment. 3. The Indian Constitution prohibits discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, race, language, and religion. 4. This is a comprehensive provision for their right to equality, freedom, right against exploitation, and cultural and educational rights. 2. Policies of reservation of seats. Answer: 1. Policy of reservation of seats is meant for those sections of the society who have been deprived of the opportunities for education and employment for a long period of time. 2. Accordingly, in educational institutions and in government services, some seats are kept reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. 3. There is also a provision of reservation of seats for other backward classes. 4. Thus, the policy of reservation are helpful to improve the social and educational status of underprivileged communities and thus improves their lives. 3. Women representation in the Lok Sabha. Answer: 1. In our country, from the beginning, women have inadequate representation in politics and political institutions. 2. Many countries in the world have made efforts to increase representation of women. 3. From this perspective, changes are taking place in India as well. 4. The 73rd and 74th Amendment reserved 33% of seats for women in local self-governing institutions. 5. This percentage has been raised to 50% in several states including Maharashtra. 6. The representation of women in Lok Sabha has also seen a significant improvement with appointment of 12.15% women MPs in 2014 general elections. 6. However, in this process, citizens were considered as beneficiaries. 7. In the last few decades, development is considered as the right of the citizens. 2. Right to information. Answer: 1. Increased communication between citizens and government helps in strengthening democracy and in building a relationship of trust between them. 2. Citizens have a right to know about the functioning of the government. 3. The Government of India gave the right to information to the citizens of India to ensure transparency and accountability, which are the hallmarks of good governance. Right to Information Act was enacted in the year 2005. 4. Right to information has made the government more transparent and has reduced the element of secrecy in the working of government. 6. After the year 2000, democratic reforms are considered as rights of citizens. 7. Accordingly, citizens in India have got right to information, education and food security. 8. These rights have strengthened democracy in India. Question 5. Answer the following questions. 1. What are the effects of reducing voting age from 21 years to 18 years? Answer. After independence, the voting age was reduced from 21 to 18 years. The effects of reducing voting age from 21 to 18 years are as follows. 1. Gave opportunity of political participation to the young generation in India. 2. This change is not only quantitative but also qualitative, as new political parties are emerging with the active support of young voters. 3. Such provisions made India the largest democracy in the world. 4. Due to this, India has the largest number of voters compared to any other democratic nation in the world. 2. What is meant by establishment of social justice? Answer. 1. Social justice and equality are the important objectives of our Constitution. 2. To establish social justice, to remove those social conditions which are responsible for injustice and insist on the equality of dignity for all individuals. 3. The principles of justice and equality aim at ending discrimination in social status such as superior or inferior on the basis of caste, religion, language and gender, place of birth, race, property, and giving equality of opportunity for development to every individual. 4. To establish social justice and equality, efforts are to be made at all levels of society. 5. Let us take review of all the efforts made in India in this direction. Policy of reservation of seats. 1. Policy of reservation of seats is meant for those sections of the society who have been deprived of the opportunities for educational and employment for a long period of time. 2. Accordingly, in educational institutions and in government services, some seats are kept reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. 3. There is also a provision of reservation of seats for other backward classes. 4. Thus the policy of reservation of seats enhances the social and educational status of underprivileged communities and thus improves their lives. In this way, establishment of social justice is tried. 3. Which decision of the court has resulted in protection of honor and dignity of women? Answer. 1. The right to have an equal share in the property of the father and the husband. Dowry Prohibition Act, Act Against Sexual Harassment, Domestic Violence Prohibition Act are some important provisions which create a favorable environment for protection of freedom of women and securing their development. 2. The Act for the Protection of Women Against Violence is an important step in the direction of democracy. 3. This Act underlined the need to protect the dignity and self-esteem of women. 4. This Act rejected traditional forms of domination and expanded the scope of Indian democracy to make it inclusive in the true sense. 5. The most recent case in news had been the matter of triple talaq, where the practice was declared as unconditional as per the decision of Supreme Court. These kind of decisions of the court has resulted in the protection of honor and dignity of women. मित्रांनो, आम्ही आपल्यासाठी चांगले व्हिडिओज बनवत आहोत. जर तुम्ही आमचा चॅनल सबस्क्राईब कराल, आमचे व्हिडिओज इतरांना शेअर कराल, व्हिडिओजवर लाईक व कमेंट कराल, तर आम्ही तुमच्यासाठी जास्तीत जास्त व्हिडिओज घेऊन येऊ. आमचा माय बेस्ट गुरु चॅनल सबस्क्राईब बटनवर क्लिक करून सबस्क्राईब करा.